How to make an avoidant change his mind about you. Ladies, if you have been in a relationship with an avoidant, you know that they are just a different type of human, different type of breed. They are just different, they are unique, they are very special, and basically you don't know how to react, you don't know how to make them use, and you don't really know exactly what can you do to get them back. What can you do to make them commit to a relationship? The problem is here. Everyone, we all receive the same education. It's important to be in a relationship. It's important to love your partner. It's important to always be together because that's what happiness is about. But when you look at the situation for an avoidant, they don't like it. They are not pursuing this kind of relationship. They don't want to be in a relationship where we spend a lot of time. And the reason why, it's because they need their own independence. They need their own time. And also, they take time to proceed their emotions. So, what's something that would be easier for you, something that would be easy, something that would be normal, can be a big deal for them. I was just coaching an amazing woman from Canada just right before to do this live. And she told me, Alex, just because one time I talked to him with a tone of voice that was not nice, he is only looking at this specific moment. He's very stubborn. The avoidant could be very, very stubborn. And so basically, it's normal to experience sometimes breakup for nothing. It's normal to see him becoming a little bit distant, putting the fault on you, even if he's not perfect. But remember, because he's an avoidant, he will need a lot of time for himself. And so we basically, as human, we don't know how to manage a situation with an avoidant because we don't have the codes. You know, there is codes everywhere. When you enter a room, when you enter a space, when you enter somewhere, there is rules to follow. When it comes to an avoidant, the rules are different. The rules are completely sometimes the opposite. When everyone told you, you need to communicate, you need to really share your feelings. At the end of the day, doing it with an avoidant will just push him away. So there is 5 tips I want to share if you want to change an avoidant man his mind. If you want to make him more serious about you, if you want to make him see that you can change, see that you can be different, and of course, to get better results as well. So, tip number 1, we should never talk about the relationship, the feelings, the past, or the conflict. When we are with an avoidant, the only word that I want you to keep in mind is connection. We will talk about the deep connection. We will talk about the fact that we have a lot of common interest. We will show him that there is something more important than the past or the conflicts or the arguments, because we only focus on the really good connection between the two of you. Tip number 2, we want to do something simple. That's why, if you don't know, I have another channel called Love Advice TV with Coach Adrian. We talk about breakup recovery process. And one of the big techniques that I bring from France is the accountability letter. But doing a letter with an avoidant is a huge mistake. Let's say that you want to solve a problem. You don't talk about it. You want to solve a problem. You don't write about it, because that is what will put you in a position of being so needy. Okay? And I want you to change your mind, and I want you to really create something special. Okay? So that is what I would recommend you. That is how we can just get better results. And that is how you would find that you have the best situation in your hands. Okay? So I want you to realize everything that I'm sharing with you today. You cannot continue to be needy. You cannot continue to be in this position of talking and doing a letter, because that's when that specific person will feel overwhelmed. That's when that specific person will understand that we are not being able to create something special. Okay? So I want you to keep this in mind, please. I feel it's something very, very, very important. Tip number 3, we will prefer to meet in person for a short amount of time instead of focusing on the idea that we want to be more present. For example, instead of seeing each other or doing a lot of messages and staying a lot of time, we want to make sure that we will be seeing each other for the short amount of time. That is what is for me very important, honestly, because I realize something. It's when you're confident, when you're positive, when you're focusing on yourself, I can guarantee you that we get more from it. I can guarantee you that this specific person will show you much more energy. Okay? So, what I want you to try right now is to see that person only for a short amount of time. Okay? Tip number 4, you need to show him that you understand him, that you understand the difference between the two of you. I have seen that when we are facing an avoidant and we make them feel we understand, I hear you, I realize that we are different and it's okay with me. That is when they will start to be more open. That is when they will start to bring more attention to you because they feel that you are able to understand them. They feel that you are able to connect to them. Very, very powerful moment that I want us to create. Okay? And tip number 5, be patient. I know it's not easy when you're facing an avoidant because you want to make them change their mind, want to be with you, but sometimes we are just pushing them away. I've coached so many people, unfortunately, ladies, when you are so emotional, you want to do things that make sense, but you're also pushing him away. So the more you would be patient, and the good thing is positive communication. When you talk about something good in your life, when you talk about something good that is happening in your life, this is how you can make him unblock. Instead of doing something that you want, instead of focusing on what's important for you, we can reverse the dynamic. Okay, so I want you to know that I'm not sharing those tips so you can accept what is not acceptable. Sometimes you're not facing an avoidant, you're facing someone that is using you, and that's not great. So I created a training specifically on how to get back with an avoidant that just regroup those 5 tips and of course go way deeper. So you will have a training for almost 2 hours only on how to understand and how to get him back. Because it's possible, of course, to get an avoidant to commit to a relationship. Thank you, Cici from Sweden. Thank you, Marina. Marina saying, men are not serious at all. I'm so disappointed. Unfortunately, there is a lot of toxic men, but there is a lot of beautiful men as well. Let's not generalize and lose confidence and trust in love. What we want to do is to understand who we are. And that's why I do still provide private coaching. If you look in the description box, you will find the training and the private coaching. We can jump on the call and I can talk to you. Because yes, there is a lot of toxic men, like there is a lot of toxic women. What's important is to be able to make sure that you will be yourself in a relationship and you will be with someone that you can trust, someone that is a good person, not someone that is playing you and using you, because this is not what we expect. Okay, so remember to hit the like button, join the YouTube community. I'm doing much more videos for you right now. And I wanted to talk about the avoidant because they are a different type of breed. They are different from everything that you heard or learned from the past. When we talk about relationship, the most important thing for me is to be able to go beyond who they are, what they are showing you. We need to understand their psychology. We need to understand their attachment style. We need to understand their emotional triggers as well. So we can have the relationship you want, because being with an avoidant is different. Okay, ladies? Tell me if you have any question in the comments. I'll be there as well with my team to answer you. Remember to click in the description box. You have the link for the training, the link for the private coaching, because I want to show you that when I'm on your side, we can have a beautiful relationship, even if it's an avoidant. That doesn't mean that it's over. It means that we have to be able to adapt the advice. Okay? I will see you soon, ladies. Take care of yourself.